Listen, I only realised on my way here how short this skirt is, so I can only apologise. Front row, you can't see anything you shouldn't be able to, can you? No, absolute no's from the front row. No, we can't, we don't want to. Good. Listen, I'm only asking because I'm wearing one of those dresses, I don't know if anybody else has this, where you leave the house and it's at your knees. Then by the time you get anywhere, it's sort of a boob curtain. No one tells you, do they? No one tells you. I'm from Ireland. There, if you go out with a bare bum, people will at least tell you, you know? But now I'm based in London, and there you can get on a carriage full of people on a tube, take off your handbag, take off your coat, and they will all look at you like you just learnt the art of seduction from a baboon. Neighbourly people. What are we calling our downstairs in Edinburgh? Guys, I'm just trying to learn. Like I say, I'm from Ireland, and we just call everything from the waist down sinning. Genuinely trying to learn. Stand-up comedy's a bit weird, isn't it? I mean, not just when it's a competition and there's a lot of pressure, but in general, isn't it? Because, you know, as comedians, we come up here and we desperately try to please you. And ideally, you'll remain relatively unresponsive. Kind of like trying to pleasure a very silent partner. Obviously, laughter is better in this context, isn't it? It is. Listen, and you seem nice, so I feel okay to tell you, but I am a bisexual lady. Thank you for your somewhat delayed, tepid response. Thanks, guys. Thanks. And, you know, that's fine. I will admit I get a bit lazy about saying it. I know that probably makes me a bad ally for the cause, but I do tend to find it easier just to say I'm gay. I know that's bad, I know it is, but I just find that way, you know, women know I'm interested, and men try harder. Thank you. I mean, it's a little bit tricky being bi because I'm from a very traditional Irish family, so traditional, in fact, that my dad is a Catholic deacon. Yes, and my mother is sexually frustrated, so 2 for 2. Do we know what a Catholic deacon is? No, that's okay, that's all right. This isn't the news quiz, it's fine. It's basically, well, look, so the Catholic Church in Ireland, and this is hard to believe, I know, but they were finding the priesthood a tough sell. I know. Apparently young men don't want to go without sex and money. Crazy. It's crazy. So they had to put their thinking caps on, which I think are the tall ones. Yeah. So I can only presume they thought to themselves, well, I guess we could let women be priests, couldn't we? But some jokes write themselves. Come on, guys. Come on. We could fix the institutional problems that have stopped people wanting to enter the priesthood, couldn't we? But then no one has that kind of time, so who's already going without sex and money? Turns out it's married men. Yeah. So that's how my dad's a deacon. Now, a couple of important distinctions. Yeah, a couple of important distinctions between being a deacon and being a priest. First one's self-explanatory. They have wives, so obviously they can't do confession because, as we know, women are gossips. Fact. Fact, isn't it? Second big difference is that while he can have sex with my mother, and I sincerely hope that he does not, while he can do that, once she pops her clogs, that's it. He's out of the game. A newfound status my mother absolutely loves. She loves it. Because now she can win any and every argument by just threatening to go out with wet hair, so she loves it. She loves it. But the last and most important difference, guys, the biggest difference is that he can't do transubstantiation. Now, that's where... Indeed, what? Yes, I am getting to it. Yeah, so he can't do transubstantiation, which is basically where they turn the wafer and the wine into the body and blood of Christ, right? Definitely true. So he has to do sort of a Blue Peter on it, right? And be like, here's one the priest transubstantiated earlier. It's just not as catchy. It's just not as catchy. But it was remarkable because I went home at Christmas and I went to Mass with my dad. Not because I'm religious, but because, you know, he comes to my gigs, so I figure, it's polite, isn't it? And it was amazing because the priest said at one point, he said, now, if you're here for the ordinary Eucharist, that queue is to the right. And if you're here for the gluten-free Eucharist, that queue is to the left. And I said to my dad, so hang on a second, you can't do transubstantiation, but this guy can do gluten-free Jesus. I'll leave you on this. People often say to me, and is your dad, I'll introduce them to my girlfriend and I'll tell them he's a priest and they'll say, and is your dad okay with the gay? And it's amazing because, I'm not a religious person and my dad is no homosexual, but he knows that were he to be a proper homophobe, he'd have to first stop wearing a dress to work. So